Hello, I'm Mary Robinson.
And I'm Jesse Smith.
Jesse and I have been friends for several years. We first met at the Jacksonville Learn to Read program. It's an adult education program, and Jesse was already taking part in it, taking classes, and I was assigned to be his tutor. Jesse, do you have any comment about our early days together?
Well, I can remember the first day I met you, and I had thought, I said, well, she'll probably do like all the rest. She'll walk off and leave me. And because I tried once before to return to education, and it didn't work out. It didn't work out for me. So I thought that you were just another pretender. But here we are 6 years later.
So on his second round, Jesse really started working in the computer lab there. At this time, Learn to Read was located down in the concourse floor of the main Jacksonville Library in downtown Jacksonville. And that's where we would meet. And after he would have a computer class, then we would also work together with his progress for adult literacy. Early in those years, Jesse began to write, and that's the key there with literacy, is reading and writing. And as he began to write, I kind of wondered, where was this coming from? So I asked him, and where were those inspirations coming from?
Well, it started like 34 years ago. Strange but true. After prayer one day, I sat on the bed and I said, Lord, if you heard my prayer, I said, just do something to let me know. I know what I'm about to say is hard to believe, but a figure of a spirit appeared. For some reason, he said, the spirit said, come. And of course I was afraid, but I said, well, Lord, if I come, I'm not going to just do nothing. I'm not going to church and sit at the back of the church and do nothing. So he said, what you want to do? Of course, I know I couldn't read because I graduated from school not knowing how to read. So I say, I want to be a writer. And the Spirit said, you can. So that's always stuck in my mind. And this is what it led to. So was 2014, the 25th, I think of February, a spirit woke me up, and it said, go to school. I called my wife. I said, honey, I heard a voice. It said, go to school. So she called down to FCCJ, and they recommended that I call the library. So she called the library, and they told me to come in. So the very next day, because, to me, it was urgent. When I woke up, I was in fear because the sound of the voice was very demanding. So I went and enrolled, and a couple months later, that's when I met you, Doc.
I noted that Jesse just wanted to write. There was so much inside him that had to get out on that page. And so we encouraged, and if a few weeks would go by without any writing, I'd say, are you getting any inspiration to write? Is the Spirit leading you to write? But it mainly would be inspired truths. And this one that Jesse's about to read for us today, tell me, Jesse, when you first wrote that, what was the month and the year?
September the 2nd, 2018.
2018, so that was over a year ago.
18
and
months.
Sure, who would have known that we would now be in a pandemic crisis around the world? But what was going on in your mind? What was your lived experience that just you had to get those words on paper? What was it that was behind Fear in the Rear?
Well, my thought was it came from life experience, but at the same time, not knowing where the Spirit of God going with it, I have learned over time not to try to figure it out, just listen for it and write it down. And as you know, Doc, I always get a title. And it may be delayed in putting it all together, but I can't work without the Spirit. I tried, and used to say, well, Jesse, you gotta write. And I said, well, Doc, I can't, I don't write like that. And as we're talking now, I know it's the Spirit, because my spelling is bad. I have to keep a dictionary with me. Now I have a tablet, which I was afraid of forever, but now I use it. I mean, I go to Google, I can do lots of things with it, but for about a year I was afraid. A friend gave it to me, I was afraid to pick it up. And but not knowing that this seems to be words of prophecies. But at that moment, I didn't recognize it. I just let the Spirit lead me. And this is what came out of that.
Would you like to share that with us?
Yes. The title, What is Fear? In silence of time, I can hear the footsteps of fear. I look around and no one was near. They squealed in my ear. Fear is near. Fear in the rear. What is fear? The darkness that is near. An unseen spirit of destruction. A negative component. An uncertain mathematics of the mind. A mixture of negative emotion. Fear in the rear. What is fear? It's here, pounding the earth with furious force of distraction. What is fear? A threat to the destiny of mankind. An angry, divorced spirit of revenge with an ugly grin. A master of sin with a desire to win. Let the angels of hell say amen. Fear is near. Fear in the rear. What is fear? The opposite of faith. Faith, your fear.
Wow, that still sort of sends chills up my spine when I hear you read it. I'm going to give a little interpretation of back 18 months ago when you first shared that what is fear, and that was before we have a worldwide epidemic and people are definitely in a lot of fear. There's certainly anyone that's listened to any television reports or read anything on their social media knows what a worldwide destruction of human life and illness and all of the responses that we were trying to make. But 18 months ago, when you first shared that your writing with me, what came to mind in my interpretation of it was Black Lives Matter. And to me, all of those words that are in that essay of yours had to do with a kind of an imperceptible fear of just being, maybe walking while you're black, driving while you're black, doing anything with that pervasive kind of fear of maybe being in the wrong place, the wrong time, and being in danger. And that's and to me, I interpret it as what people are trying to say in the Black Lives Matter movement. And it's so that's what it was to me when I first read it.
During the process of writing this, I can relate to fear. It was the fear of my peers knowing that I couldn't read. Fear of not being able to compete in society because of my lack of ability to read. Not knowing that I was dyslexic. I have the shirt on today. Dyslexic. I am dyslexic in different languages, as you can see. I have several shirts I wear, and today I'm not afraid, to share my identity, of who I am. Dyslexic. My friend today.
Yeah.
Now I know, that I'm dyslexic, and that's just the way it is, and I kind of like, it's funny today, I say, oh God, thank you, Lord, that I don't have a normal brain. Do you see what they just did? And life is good. And I learned to use accommodations. There's so many accommodations available for dyslexia. But if it were not from dyslexia, I probably would be writing and wouldn't have never met you or you and many other new friends.
So yours was the fear of being found out, not being able to read and write fluently. Like you said, you would have to memorize. You could hear everything and you're completely intelligent all through school, but when it came to the written words,
letters,
then it was.
And that's it. Dyslexia affect individuals different. For me, I don't hear the phonic sounds. The words run together. Before I entered the Learn to Read program, it was easier for me to write, as in copy, backwards. That's my name, to write it backwards.
But that's what I noticed with Jesse, is that he was completely bright, had functioned in society, owned a business, done all kinds of things, and it was a specific learning disorder that I diagnosed as dyslexia because of the characteristic features as I began, as we worked together on the basic, the phonics, the sounds, the putting the letters together to make the words, and your what you did in computer lab too, to bring you to the point where you are now, writing all the time and reading all the time, and like you said, afraid to pick up your computer tablet and write and go online, and now all of those literacies have been accomplished, and you're still, continuing. Once that lid got off that box, Jesse wanted to learn everything. He was just gung-ho toward the library, toward his books, his audio books. It just began to take off, don't you think?
Maybe. But I would like to share one more of my literature.
Okay.
I just love writing and reading today.
He's got a whole book of his own
I
work.
do.
All original work. Yeah.
The title, No More Tears. Tears. No more tears. I have cried rivers of tears. The world has served me a bitter taste. Can you see the frown on my face? Will I find my place? Or will I find myself eating crumbs from the master's table? Oh, waver I will not. Neither will I plead. My pain marches up and down my body. My mind asks for tears, only to find no tears. Oh world, is it necessary to attempt to break my spirit? Why so many critics? I cry, but no tears. They say that justice is the quality of being just or free. They say that justice never sleeps. Oh, justice, hear the sound of weeping. Hear the voice of many. No more tears. No more. No more tears.
Is there anything else you want to share with whoever we're going to get this out to?
No.
I think it's time to say something about the dyslexia support group.
Yes. Me and Dr. Robinson started a dyslexia support group 2 years ago. 2 years ago. And as far as we know, it's the first physical, a group of people come together in the state of Florida. And we hold meetings once a month at the West Gannett Library on 103rd. From 5:30 to 6:30, we welcome all.
Yeah, it's still on the fourth Monday?
Fourth Monday.
Fourth Monday of every month. We've been holding in one of the small library classrooms, we've been holding a support group for adults or teenagers that have dyslexia and other disabilities, whatever you want to say. But now that we're having the virus outbreak, the libraries are closed. So we're hoping that when the library gets back again, well, we're not hoping, we will resume those meetings after when the libraries are open again. So we'll stay tuned for that.
Hey, you also can find us on a Tuesday at the pantry in Avondale.
Yes, Trinity Lutheran Church has a food pantry, and every Tuesday morning we're there giving out food. And that's also been temporarily closed expecting to open back up in mid-April. Hopefully back up in mid-April when, but again, we don't have a definite date for that.
I would like to give a contact number. My contact.
Sure, sure.
My contact number is 904-422-3376. Jesse Smith. Thank you.
And that concludes our chat about our journey together and Jesse's journey in literacy. Any last parting thoughts you'd like to leave with whoever is going to see this when we put it out into cyberspace?
No. Well, I would like to say, yes, there's a terrible virus upon us in these hours, but be not afraid. Just follow protocols, and if we do that, we'll be all right. Don't listen to the prophets of doom.
Yes.
It's
yes.
not over.
Yes.
God is on our side.
Amen.
And we shall get the victory.
Well,
Be
that's
blessed.
that's what you say at the end of your poem, and it is the opposite of fear.
Face your
is
fear.
Faith. Face your fear. Thank you.
Thank you.